Live yet. There it went. Hey, everybody,
There.
welcome. That took a hot minute to go live. Sorry about that. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space, and this is Callie Healer.
Hello.
Kelly, yeah, how you doing?
I am doing. I'm so happy to be spending the morning with you. Well, noon your time, but it's still
Mm.
morning here. I seriously, Terry, I look forward to this so much because it's a connection with you, a connection with the chatters, and it just, it raises our vibration.
Okay, and everybody, we last week we talked about doing this, raising your vibration, and then we got together and we were talking and kind of crying backstage because we were telling each other what we each been through this past week, right? What we've been going through. And then Leah, who is so intuitive and psychic, I love you, Leah, came on saying, thank you both for coming on. All that happens to our bodies is unexpected and unsettling. And
Mhm.
hi, Jeff. And then Leah says, need to thank you to our community. I'm in my 50s and I don't mingle much, but I find loving support and great exchange of talents, data, healing, laughing, and crying, unconditional love.
Oh,
And
hugs, Leah.
so many hugs, honey. And that's just kind of what we were talking about is that this is very unsettling right now. And everybody's kind of going through this swoosh, as Annie Bear calls it.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'll just say hi to a few people that have dropped by. Juno, the rising star. She's
Yes.
amazing. I mean, she's been on it for 2 years, but she's just doing so well.
So
Annie
beautiful.
Bear, beautiful Annie Bear, doing so well, and all those photos, Annie Bear of
Mm,
the clouds and the awakenings. And I truly
beautiful.
believe a lot of them are invitations.
Mhm.
And I think sometimes when we look at things that happen, we look at them like, "Oh, why me?" or something, but really it's an invitation,
Oh,
like, "Come on,
yeah.
come with me, come fly with me."
And there's so many stories in the clouds. It's like, when I have time and can really like focus on those clouds, there's I mean, the things that a person sees in her photos are just amazing. True
Yeah,
stories in there and healing ones.
yeah, yeah, definitely, and colors.
Yeah.
Lots of colors in that sky, that blue, bird or angel, whatever you wanna call it, and yesterday's photo that you sent out, Annie.
Rainbows.
Oh god, yeah, and the pic and all the flowers. So, hi, Annie Bear. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Pogo Pogo. Callie, another beautiful channel.
Yes.
Woo Woo Wonderment. Love it. Um, okay, I'm gonna star you there, Leah. We gotcha. We're gonna get you on. Um, okay, and I love what you're talking about, Leah, because this happened to me last night and it happened to me last week. Yeah, stay safe. Stay safe. Um, yeah, me either, honey. So lots of people coming in. Teresa, I love my Teresas. Brenda, imagine that. Jeff at Tarot Ass Backwards, another beautiful channel. Jeff is going on. Jeff, I don't know how you're doing it because you are on when I wake up. And you're on when I go to bed. And you're like, you stay on late. You're really good. So
Jeff gave me a reading yesterday. He was on Allie's channel
yeah.
and it was getting close to winding up and they had a few minutes and I'm like, "Oh, I'll take a card." Oh my gosh. The reading was absolutely spot on. I mean, the stuff that he picked up on that is like going on in my household was I was wowed.
Yeah. Jeff is highly intuitive and um I don't want to say well spoken. I want to say spoken word. His
Mhm.
spoken word is so elegant and tender.
Mhm.
It's
I love that.
yeah.
There's Jen.
Hey Jan and Akila's here. Hey Akila, how are you? Yeah, so people are coming in. Hey Sonia, Deanne's
Hello.
here, Christine. So yeah, here comes everybody. Yeah, can't wait to see your video after this, Juno, Leah says.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Juno, you had your picture taken with Dr. Emoto of the water crystal studies. He came to Tucson years ago. Wow. Talk about
That's
forward thinking.
mhm.
Yeah, he's incredible. Just incredible. Oh, good, there's another Teresa. I love when all the Teresas are
You're
together.
right.
There aren't that many of us around here, you know? I go by Terry, but Teresa's my given, intro
Mm.
name, so that comes in. Liz, beautiful, how are you? Yeah,
Teresa's in the house.
yeah, so I'm just gonna, chat, and if anybody has any, um, wants to, yeah, I am starring questions, everybody, so if you want a reading, an energy reading, Callie Healer is an amazing, energy reader. So,
As are you, my friend.
oh, yeah.
As are you.
Sometimes you get with people. Oh my God, speaking of people, there she is.
There she is. Diana,
Diana,
hello.
the high priestess. Okay, you guys, I'm lurking. I'm in the car and I will be watching the replay. I love you all. That's beautiful.
Oh, we love you, Diana.
Yeah. Hey, Deva, how are you?
Hello.
It's Deva, right? Like, but not diva. Diva spelled differently. Yeah. Oh, you took all of his books when you met him. Yeah, he signed all of them. He looked
Oh,
like he would be
nice.
amazing. Yeah. You got it, Juno. Yes, ma'am, Miss Teresa. Hey, Amanda. I didn't see you come in. Bora Bora. Okay, I'm gonna quit saying hi to everybody. Hi, everybody, I'll say.
Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for being here. My gosh.
Yeah. And um
Tina,
oh,
Amanda. Yeah.
thank you, Jen. Yeah. Well, Callie sure is. I don't know if anybody's had a cord cutting with Callie, but it takes a while, right? I mean, it's not like an hour reading or an hour and a half reading. I usually start my reading like 15 minutes to half an hour before we start with the hour session
Yeah.
and write down everything. But you start like 6 hours ahead or 4 hours ahead.
Well, in even days like my clients that I have next week,
Yeah.
I had a client yesterday at noon, and then after my client, then I did some work channeling for my clients next week. So it ends up being a lot of a lot of energy, but they get information and good information and the healing that is coming to them. But yeah, like you too, you put so much work into your sessions, and
Oh,
and when they get a reading from you too, it's a healing too within the reading, because you're giving them information to heal on.
oh, thanks. Yeah, I love doing them. Yeah, Kelly is a manifesting avatar.
Oh,
That's the truth.
thank you,
So,
Annie.
so we were just, as I said earlier, we were talking backstage about what we were going to talk about today, and we'd already decided on something, and then I had to ask Kelly's opinion about something, and then we're both given points of like when this week felt like you just come not to crisis mode, but to tears, letting go, releasing.
Mhm.
And that things might be coming up from your childhood, things from scarcity or lack, and usually that's not physical, but sometimes it is, right? And
Mhm.
I mean, certainly when I was in my 20s, I had a scarcity because I worked in retail and I spent most of my money on clothes half the time, but the other half the time just I wasn't making a lot of money because of where I worked. And I was working with in luxury goods, and it's just like, how can you do that and stare at all that and then go home and think, okay, is it cottage cheese or sauerkraut tonight or whatever? Yeah.
Same, same, you know, and that is embedded in us, and it's the kind of the same thing with food. I
Yeah.
remember opening the refrigerator door at one point, and there was a bottle of ketchup, and that was it. And so, but to sauerkraut, I remember working at a gas station, and I didn't have I didn't have any money,
Yeah.
and I remember whoever I was working with, I opened up a can of sauerkraut, and he was like, "Are you seriously gonna eat that here?" And I'm like, "It's all I can," like can of sauerkraut then was like 39 cents or something, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is this is it." It was either that or a bag of popcorn.
Yeah. It's so true. And there is a lot of it is connected also ancestrally and genealogically,
Mhm.
genealogy,
Yeah,
genealogically. That's a tongue twister. Annie Bear says, I come from grief, genocide, early childhood. A lot of support and in love is available if we ask. Thank
that's
you, Annie Bear.
key.
Yeah,
You
because
have to ask.
right, and that is like um, a quantum gift, but also a Jedi gift or a Jedi move that asking. And because a lot of times that closes your throat chakra, and that's being woo woo, just saying you lost your voice. And as women or as people that aren't in the norm out in the world, whether you're male or female, it's like an impasse. We lose our voice very easily because I think our feelings get hurt a little deeper
Mhm.
sometimes. I don't know if it's deeper or maybe because our energy is more open. But um, Jen, I love this question. Isn't the new moon in Sagittarius is affecting people today? Is it in Sagittarius or is it in Gemini? Something's in Gemini. I don't know anything about this. I just know what other people tell me. Um,
Same.
tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow is supposed to be huge, like the eclipse and manifesting power. Tomorrow the veil is thin. Right, Jen. Yeah, that's what Diana said. Yeah,
The veil is super thin. I mean, the dreams are so vivid and so, yeah, a lot of things coming in right now, and just even visually, are you seeing stuff? I that upgrade that we had on the 10th. Um, I'm telling you, um, I'm like, well, yeah, I've always been able to see stuff, but I mean, now it's like I'm really like seeing stuff even more. It's just like everything is heightened, and now I'm actually seeing like stuff like in color.
yeah, yeah, and lucid dreaming too.
Yes.
So, you guys, if you can, write down your dreams and bring them to the dream night or anybody. There's other dream channels on too, but in dream shows. But and you can all kind of know what your dreams are too. But last night I dreamt that I was so excited to be going with this new group of people, and there was this cute guy sitting next to me, and we each had. It was like we had a car on a roller coaster, but we each had our own car, and he was driving, but the roller coaster wasn't on stilts, it was on mountains, and it was going up and down the mountains, and it was just like, "Woo," and I loved it, and normally, I don't even like driving in the mountains in a
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah, too much.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah. This is a great question. Thank you for, asking about that, Deanne. What do people mean by the veil? Do you wanna say what you think it is, Kelly?
The veil. I believe it's just the layer between us and um the the next veil that we go to, the next dimension. So connecting, to be able to connect with our ancestors and our loved ones, just is closer. It's just like, and it's always within reach, but it right now it's just is the veil seems like it's a lot thinner. So you're able to connect with your loved ones, only if you want to. And so by reaching out to them, chances are now with the veil being thinner, you're gonna get some sort of sign, whether you hear something, you see something. It could be, repetition of numbers. It could be a bird. It could be a feather. It could be a coin. But yeah, that's, what do you think? What do you think it is, Terry?
Yeah, I agree with all that. I feel like somewhat it's the ego and karma.
Mhm.
Karma's the veil, and karma's lifting, and we're not going to have karma the way we have it on this planet as we
Mhm.
ascend. That we have a limited belief system that we're taught when we come to the physical form by our parents, by society. This is blue, that's red. You have to be quiet about this. You can't complain. You have to be a nice girl or a nice boy. You have to be polite. Don't make any waves. Don't feel that. Don't see that.
Mhm.
And then you get repercussions because you know that they're coming. But when we're born, like kids are so open, man. They've got so much joy and wonder. And it's like they're just like full hearted, let's do it, let's climb that mountain and go up and down in a little roadster. But so I firmly believe, or pretty firmly believe, that the veil is that lack of, and thinking that we can't do it. And then when we start manifesting, each time we manifest, we go a little farther into that veil and think, oh, and when we start seeing things and synchronicity, and a
Yeah.
lot of you are here talking about hearing things, and we do cry because we're finding out that all this stuff that we learned that we thought was true is not true.
Mhm.
It's just, nonsense, and it's not fair. We know it's not fair for billionaires to have bunkers and whatever, and and people to be on the street dying and from hunger, or not enough water or heat. So it's the idea of a lack of, when we are all really gods and goddesses, I think.
Yeah.
So I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But anyway, Deva, seeing purple violet in meditation. Saint Germain is everywhere, and Lady Nada.
Yeah.
And that's the other side of that veil. I love that you said that, Deva, right next to Deanne's question, because that is the other side of the veil, the purple and violet ray, the in
Mhm.
between.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah. And hypnicity, I'm remembering stuff from childhood, making me realize how much I blamed myself for everything. Yeah, and when we start thinking about ourselves as the black sheep of the family, or you walk in someplace and you see people, and you think, oh, they've really got it, man. They really know what's going on by the way
Yeah.
they're dressed, or the way they're um, reacting to things or speaking. And um, yeah, so that judgment. Sally, I'm still working on dreaming about being at the banyan tree wearing coconut half bras.
Me too. Me too. I wanted to go there so bad last night, but I only got 2 hours of sleep, and so if I did go there, it was in the 2 hours, and I have no recollection. So I'm I did make it there one time, but I'm still working on it again.
Oh, I love that. T Lynn, hey T Lynn, your name is Teresa also. Oh, I love that. All the Teresas are coming in.
What
Yeah,
is that, 3 or 4 Teresas in the house?
I think that's 4 if we're all still
That's
here. So,
amazing.
yeah, yeah, that's
May
power.
your coconuts hang lower than your grass skirt. I love it.
That was too hilarious. I gotta say, I yeah, I got some support on my my coconuts, yanking them up there.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
coconut bra needs support.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Sonia, spot on ditto. Always felt responsible to fix my family, and it was not my job.
Yes. It's such a huge responsibility that we put on ourselves to take care of everybody in our family, and a lot of times we are the ones suffering, and, but we've taken on that role of fixer or caregiver, and we give and we give and we give and we give and until our cup is empty, and yeah, it's that's a tough role to take on until we finally realize that, what, it's, yeah, this isn't in my best interest.
Yeah. I How many empaths here took on that role as a mummager? That's what I call it, the mummager role or the dadager role, right? Where
Yeah.
you felt like you had to take care of everybody in your family. And my daughter in her early 20s had the wisdom to tell me, "Mom, your contract in this lifetime is not to be their mom. You're their sister. That's your sibling. You don't have to take care of them, or you don't have to take care of that neighbor, or even though I do help, I don't have to be responsible for how they're feeling."
Yes.
And that's yeah. Um, okay. So we need to start doing some questions, but I love this conversation. We can't fix anyone but ourselves. Doing that will
Mhm.
create ripples of love that others can choose to use for their own healing.
Yes. Well said, Teresa.
So we just talked for half an hour, and Teresa Ford just solved it as usual.
It is exactly it, and as we heal ourselves, that ripple effects, it heals the collective, and it's that ripple effect. It's beautiful, Teresa. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Hello, everyone listening as I did a task. Hey, Maria. How
Hi,
are you?
Maria.
Um, yeah. You allowed yourself to empty for the sake of my children and grandbabies. Now I have to move. I think it's for me more than anything. And and I think that's what's powerful about the veil is we are coming into our own, and it's scary.
It can be really scary, and what is really interesting is I'm hearing that a lot of people are really thinking about, like, relocating.
Mhm.
This energy that we're in is just really, bringing up, huge changes in our lives, and I think if it's been something you've been contemplating, and Jen, and I know others too, it's like surfacing again, like, just that little nudge of, should I move? Should I relocate?
Yeah, and finding out what's under that, because sometimes the move is about letting go
Mhm.
old responsibilities, and can you do that where you're at? Or sometimes it's about a feeling and intuition that another place is more suited to you and your energy.
Mhm.
Like, I'm here, I love my town, but there are times of the year where it's either too hot or too cold to do anything outside, a lot of the time of the year.
Yeah.
And, I would like something that was more for me. Yeah, and Barbara, right, is responsible for one in your family. Your mother and your brother had mental illness, and look at you, you're all love and light. You've got the butterflies,
Yeah.
and so a lot of times, as empaths and as star beings, which I mean, we all do come from the stars, right? We're all
Mhm. Yeah.
divine, but also we come from the stars. And a lot of us haven't been here before or haven't been here often, or
Yeah.
perhaps we're the ancient ones. So, so there's like we have opportunities for growth. And a lot of times that's somebody coming in manifesting a mental illness, and that's their life path, right? Like they want to they want their consciousness to uh, have that in this lifetime and feel it. And a lot of people that come in get that mental illness, I think, because they are star beings and they are highly evolved and they can't handle it.
They're highly sensitive, and it's just the energy of our planet Earth is just sometimes just way too much for them. And I think that's when people sometimes decide to exit early because it just gets to be too much.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Um, we could just talk all day. These guys are so smart. Aren't we all lucky that we've learned to value our own highest good? We can only love others as deeply as we accept ourselves. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. So true. So here I'm trying to star still, you guys. So then we'll start getting to questions. Somebody here might have been asking the other day about a reading that I did. I get the feeling that you're here today. And it's these are some of the new cards that I'm using, this Gateway Light activation. So if you're here, that's somebody asked in comments, and then the comment went away when I started, and it was like gone.
I have those cards too, right over there.
Do you? Oh
Uh-huh.
God, I love them.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be interesting.
They're on top of the ones that Allie gave
Oh, those are
us.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
These cards
beautiful.
that Allie gave are so wonderful too.
They are. Yeah. Liz says, the hardest lesson in my life went against family rules. I was my mom's mom and protector. She got mad when I stopped doing it. So grateful for who I am still becoming. Oh, Liz, that's beautiful,
And
honey.
that's pretty typical in families is, they just become accustomed to us being there and taking, I'm the crud. I'm going to say the crud of what they're going through, and when we stop doing that, they're like, well, and we put up those boundaries. They're like, what? The thing of it is they'll turn it around and go, what's wrong with you? Why all of a sudden you're the bad guy for not being there and being supportive when, in reality, you're actually taking care of yourself. But a lot of times they don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love how Randy puts it. Fork that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I find
And it's so true because a really natural reaction to to fear is anger. And that's why there's so much chaos right now with lots of situations, political situations, and the news and stuff. Is if something scares you, it's a very natural reaction to have fear about it. And then as you do the work, I think uh, our natural reaction is curiosity. And once we can switch it to curiosity instead of fear about a change, it really changes how you react and how you grow.
Oh, absolutely. And turning that fear into love and just, knowing that we're all on a different path, and that and really truly believing that, everything is going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Everyone's going to be okay. Our planet's going to be okay. Even in the midst of when things are in turmoil and our lives feel like they're turned upside down, or the world feels like it's crumbling around us, it just that self-soothing, everything's going to be okay. That I quote Bob Marley a lot, that the song, every little thing's going to be all right. And
I love
oh,
that.
I just got goosebumps. Thank you. Because it is, every little thing is going to be okay. And those little things may not seem really little. They may seem like enormous, but all in all, everything is going to be okay, and we're going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Givers set limits and takers don't. How
Truth.
true.
Truth there, Leah.
Yeah, so true. Um, I so my song that I've been getting all day long is "Rise Up, Stand Up for Your Rights."
I love that
Bob
one
Marley.
too. I love
Yeah,
Bob Marley.
I do too. He's my fave. Well,
We,
one of
we
my
should
faves.
we should wear a Bob Marley t-shirt. Do you have a Bob Marley t-shirt?
Not one that I still own. I think they're all up in my daughter's closet. I would go up there and get them, but I think I'd have to rip them into shreds to get them back on my body at this point right now. She's so tiny and they might be a little old. Um, this is interesting. Toxic masculinity doesn't allow many emotions, and anger is proof of strength. In that system, very sad.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. So, oh, you have a Marley jacket, Susie. Hey,
Yeah.
Susie. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, amen to that, Deva. Stevie Wonder, don't worry about a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think you know what? I think my son has the Marley T-shirt actually. So, but I think it's his. I think I bought it for him. So,
I think I have one, but I have no idea where it's at. We went to Jamaica years ago and I never bought one there. And so when I came home, I'm like, shoot, why didn't I buy a t-shirt when I was there? And so then I just went on Amazon and bought one.
it's so much cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, than getting it while you're there. Sometimes, and sometimes you don't have to haul it around either.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go. Oh yes, Dean. Redemption.
Oh, I love Redemption Song.
Oh
Oh my
my
gosh.
god.
I'm covered in goosebumps again.
I am too. Yeah, we will heal.
We
Father,
will
son,
heal.
nephews, cousins, we can balance this out. Yeah, we
And it's
can.
so true. If we think of even like all of the worst cases that, the situations that we've been in, we've survived, we did it. And, it's just we sometimes just get caught up in our head and our thoughts. And when we do that, that's when we just need to pump the brakes and go in and watch one of Terry's meditations.
But it's also great, that we have each other here.
Oh,
I don't know what I'd do without you guys, seriously, and I'll cry when I say that because, I feel like we can cry and let it out here, and people understand us, and they get it. Whether it's Ascension Symptoms, whether it's, scarcity, talking about scarcity, people get the language, but they also get the unconditional love. Thank you, Leah. Yeah. Yeah, the chat is amazing. The chat's on fire. And when the chat I mean, obviously, a lot of you have your own channel, or if you wanted to, you would. And, just amazing energy in the chat, and that just makes everything buzz.
oh
Mm.
yeah. It just raises the vibration
Yeah,
of, you know, all of our vibrations.
yeah, it really does. It really does. Annie says, "Soul group energy as we gather, we condense our light, choose joy." And
Choose
that's
joy.
that's our true energy, isn't it? Love, wonder, joy.
Peace.
Yeah, that's the energy of the universe, and we're all gods and goddesses. I mean, we're all creators. We're all part of the creator, and we're creating this consciousness of what we see. And the thing is, the people that everybody has free will on the planet, and so they can choose to ascend or they can choose not to ascend, and it's never judged. There is no judgment on the other side. It's just a consciousness that you're working through. So, Leah asked, Callie, do you teach Reiki? That's a good question.
Oh, Leah, thank you. I I don't do Reiki, so I wouldn't be able to teach. I wouldn't be able to teach it, but what I do is energy healing, and I know Terry, you mentioned a while ago that um, Kelly, you should really teach it at some point, and I
Oh,
think I will, um, because it's similar. It's just I just do it in a different way, which I think at some point I would love to be able to teach people, because it really is. It's easy, and we're all healers. I mean, every single one of us is a healer. Some of us just have stronger callings to other things, but all in all, we all are healers. So thank you, Leah, and I'm putting that right back there, and I will do that.
yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kelly.
yeah. Ever say maybe I can be your student. Hypnicity is also an energy healer, and I do a combination of Kundalini and pranic healing, and it's my own thing. And you are self-taught too,
Mhm.
and you've taken and I find that people are doing that now. We're all remembering
Yeah.
things from other lifetimes and just tapping in to the collective and getting a piece of this and a piece of that. But um,
Yeah, I
anyway,
was told one time, in another life, that I worked under I worked under Tom Petty, that he was a shaman in another life, and I in that life I worked, below him. And so I think we carry our gifts from one life to another, and it's what those gifts that we carry into this life will typically give us nudges from time to time, whether doing healing, or working with animals, or being a nurse, or reading cards, or whatever it may be. It's just a lot of times we did something similar in another life.
and so many people here are doing their like Juno, her channel. She's just transformed. I think she's going to transform the way different channels are done, right? With her Juno spheres, because they're Mandalas in action, and that's energy in action, and it's like love in action. Energy is always moving. I gotta
Mhm.
let's talk about what Tina said, because I'm sorry, but you guys, your questions are amazing. Is it the Christ energy? Is this what Reiki energy is?
It can be. It can be, when you're working with energy, it's whatever, for me, I call in my angel, I call in my angels, my spirit guides, my helpers, and God, and I have a few ancestors on the other side that help me. And so, I think for each person, it's different. But as far as Reiki in particular, I I don't know. I know I call in Christ's energy when I do healing.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody else the other day about Christ and the Bible, and they were talking about, oh, they said he did all these things, and I'm like, well, I'm sure he did, and I'm sure you can do it too, and he said that, didn't he?
Mhm.
This
Yes.
this that I do, you could do, or he said it better than that, but
But exactly, that's it though. I mean, it's so true. I think we underestimate the power within us.
yeah, he was an energy healer. He was also the golden light. He was coming, I believe, Callie, from the 14th ray, 14th dimension. And that's a Christ Buddha consciousness. And it's pure love, pure uh, what do you call it? Pure witnessing awareness. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
He is totally aware of that Christ consciousness, that Buddha consciousness. Yeah. Yeah, lots of people, not a lot of people, I think more than we think have had it on this planet and do now.
Mhm.
There are angels walking amongst us that have that power and that energy, and it's just that they've stepped into it, and I feel like all of you are stepping into it. Oh, yeah.
Y Yeah, and I think a lot of us, here on Earth are, Earth angels to, you know, like even the chatters. I mean, it's like you guys yourselves are Earth angels. I mean, look at the healing properties and, just by your words that you bring to the community, it's you're working miracles.
Yeah. I love this. If we are all that is, are we not the Christ Buddha? Exactly, Randy. Love that you said that. Love that. I do feel like we are. It's in us. It's in everybody.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
it's in a tree. It's in a dog. It's in everybody. Divinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in anything living.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even our water, I think sometimes.
I was just going to say that. Of course. Okay. So this is such an amazing conversation here. Um, Oh, okay. I'm meditating on knowing yourself is powerful. Understanding yourself is freedom.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Tina Mack, I love that. Heavenly Blessed Honey, hello. I love your name. Oh my God, Sonia, that is going to be the name of your channel.
It is Sonia. Oh my gosh.
That is giving me tingles
Yep.
completely.
That
Yeah.
is beautiful, Sonia.
Yeah. Yeah. It is really amazing. Somebody said something. Oh, here it is. Hypnicity said this. Of course we are. That's the I am that I am.
Mhm.
Aham. Aham is the vibration of the universe. I am. I am this. I am that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Are we going to answer questions or should we just keep talking? Because everybody's got so much to say. I
It
don't know.
it
And
it ma it makes no difference. We have 23 questions. There's no way we're
there's
gonna
no way.
get
Yeah.
through those.
Okay. So we'll say what T Lynn says and then we'll move on. When mom was terminally ill, she had foot neuropathy, and every day I'd sit and massage her feet, always overwhelmed, thinking, "This is what Jesus felt."
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, Teelan, that just, I my shoulders just lost weight.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, they just kinda Oh, it's hugger greeter here. Hey, TK, another Teresa. Oh my god, I think we're 5 Teresas.
I think that is just amazing. And the thing about rubbing, I remember when my cousin passed away, I sat on her bed, and was rubbing her feet. Why do we wait until somebody is in the last hours and terminally ill? I mean, we should be doing that because it is such a beautiful gift that we can give to somebody. I mean, not that, oh, I mean, oh, here, can I rub your feet? But I mean, it's just, within a friendship or what have you, that, if you're close enough where, or rub our own feet. I mean, it's really truly a beautiful gift that we can share. I just find it interesting that it's just, it's in the later stages of life that we share that with others.
It it is, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I try to on New Year's or Christmas, I'll try to write down a note to the kids about what they mean to me and how much I love them. Like, if I die tomorrow, I want you to know that I always loved and cherished you, that I thought, I honored you, whatever it was. And there was something else I wanted to say to that too. I feel like we are, while we're here, I don't know. I can't remember. It went. I'm sorry, you guys.
Well,
It
but
happens.
I think maybe what you're trying to say too is that we need to express ourselves and our love for our you know our love and gratitude for people rather than, I mean, even if it's a stranger walking down the street and all of a sudden, they have like a nice jacket on, saying, you know what, hey, I love your jacket, or Kyle, your hair looks really nice. I mean, it's just those little simple things. It's like, can just really help somebody's day, be a little bit brighter, and spreading that kindness. And I do kind of the similar thing, typically on a lot of times on birthdays, and sometimes I think I maybe have done it for Christmases too, but I'll write letters to my kids, just telling them what they mean to me. And it's just, I think it's so important.
Yeah. I remember what I wanted to say, you guys. Finally. This happens and I no longer worry about it. I'm like, okay, it's gone. It'll come back. I'm okay. Um, and I probably a lot of you have felt this. I have always in my lifetime here attracted people that are leaving the planet that and they have such a freedom. Like back in the day, I had so many friends with AIDS and then friends with cancer and whatnot, and elderly people in the neighborhood and stuff. And I loved that they were like little kids, a lot of them. And they just found joy and wonder. And you could see that little 5-year-old or 4-year-old boy or girl walking around, and they were like, so what's up? And they really meant it because they weren't worried about the ego anymore, society norms or karma. It was like, it was just, what is this day going to hold for me? What is the sunshine? Um, everybody's talking about where we're going to have a meetup. Terry's in the middle of the country, although Callie Healer has a pool.
You know what, we could make it work. I'll tell you what, I would absolutely love to get together. Well, that the meetup that we had in my dreams from the dream show in Hawaii, there was like 20 of us in an Airbnb in Hawaii, and that would just tickle me pink to be able to hang out with all of you guys. I mean, wouldn't it be just, it'd be such a gift.
It would be amazing. We could do massages and throw cards all day and go to the beach and yeah.
Yep,
Um,
do healing. Yep, we could do manicures and pedicures and uh and just hang out and just talk and visit and eat and have snacks.
yeah. There's a couple of questions that I do want to get to. Leah asked this, and Leah came in while Callie and Healer and I were backstage before we went live, and we were both crying.
Crying.
And this was supposed to be a show about raising your spirits, but we're both back there leaning on each other's shoulders and crying about stuff and letting it out and giving ourselves that opportunity. So, Leah, may I ask when time permits what I was going through this AM? Woke with a wicked headache, nauseated, and then later my stomach felt like something smashed it, and I literally had to cry out.
Leah, I personally think it's this upgrade that we're going through, and with the full moon, it's just intensified things like to the extreme, where well, and Terry, you felt something somewhat similar, where it just all of a sudden it's like, a huge release. And I honestly think that it was a release that you needed for this upgrade that we're going through. And with the full moon last night, it just,
Yeah.
that's what I think. What do you think, Terry?
When I think what you think, and I've had it last night. I felt like I was giving birth. And I took one of these gin, entertainment only, but that helped a little bit. But also, I had to give it over to Mother Earth. But
Yeah.
I did do that, and I walked around a little bit, and I pretended kind of like I was letting it out and giving birth to this, and it did help a lot. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Teresa
Well,
felt it too yesterday.
yeah, the focus was on the solar plexus. Yes, Randy,
Mm-hmm.
it was. And before that, the week before that, it was in um, my root chakra, if you know what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
I did get rid of all that though, thankfully. So I
I was
feel
working. I was sending energy. I'm like movement.
yeah, yeah, getting it going.
Mhm.
And luckily, I have friends in hot places. So let's see. Yeah, everybody's asked for readings, and we may not get to very many of them, but there were a couple that came in. Um, okay, Tina, you kind of feel like you might have an attachment. Tina, did you have like a um, somebody that's passed that had a lot of prejudice, racial prejudice, and maybe even religious prejudice, cultural prejudice? Because they're showing me a top hat and um, also it says Uncle Tom's Cabin on the top hat. Yeah, seems like a relative, doesn't it? But it could also be somebody that you picked up somewhere walking through.
I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking it's a relative coming into for protection because what I think too, Tina, is I think there may be a cord attached to somebody that I, I'm guessing it could be like maybe a toxic friendship that there's been a cord attached that you just need to go in and cut that cord. But I get that this energy, um, that male energy has come in to protect you from this attachment. And all you have to do is just go in and cut your cords.
Yeah, yeah, and there might be some pain in that. Um, Not the cutting of the cord, but just the remembering of somebody acting like that probably hurt your vibration or hurt your tender heart, you
Mhm.
know. And uh, so you might just go into like, when did I feel this before? Ancestral healing. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, and you feel your older sister involved too, right? So sometimes it's something in the present, and then we can go a little deeper and pull out a fractal of the little girl.
Mhm.
Like, where did your sister learn it? Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah. And if you have any trouble with that, come back and let us know, especially Callie. Callie is an incredible cord healer, cord
Oh,
cutter.
thank you.
Yeah, that's what she specialized in. Oh, and salt scrub. Yeah, with a drop of hydrogen peroxide in a glass of blessed water. Wow.
Oh, I love that.
Never heard of that, but I love that. Okay. Yeah, Tina. That's what it feels like. So, and you can do it on your own, but if you don't feel like you got it all, everybody's here to help.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, and call in, Archangel Michael and, with and just and visualize his blue strength and his sword and just visualize him with his sword coming down and cutting your cords and you can even just, swoop with your hand down and go like that too. I think what I'm getting though is it's gonna maybe take more than once for you to completely get that cord cut.
Yeah, this is my Archangel Michael cord cutter
Oh,
from George. It's also a
beautiful.
yeah, it's also for channeling. So, anyway, and so some crystals around you might help too, honey.
Yeah.
Um, okay. There was another one here that I really liked. Okay, I like Janet DC, and I'm just picking these for the whole group, everybody. Are the ascension symptoms affecting those who are not enlightened the same as it does us? I think that's a great question. Excuse me.
I think so. I think it is. They would probably beg to differ, but I do think that people that are really on a much lower vibration, um, they're feeling this energy, and but they may not be feeling it, but they're getting that same energy, and because it's like Terry said, it's almost like we're birthing, you know, our new selves, the new planet. And so, um, you know, that everything that affects us affects the planet. And so it, it hopefully slowly we start seeing those people that are vibrating at a slower vibration. Yeah. Very true, Jeff. Very, very true. But I believe that they're getting the effects. How about you, Terry?
Yeah, I feel like they feel uncomfortable, and that's part of the fear. They're reacting to that with fear,
Mhm,
and yeah, and and I think they're exactly where they're supposed to be.
mhm,
Um, and it's there's no judgment on the other side, obviously, if that's where they want to be, and they might be coming in from a different dimension too. Like maybe in the last lifetime they were at a different point than like some of us come and this isn't hierarchy, but some of us came from a different dimension here to this planet, this 3D planet. And so it's hard for us to use our light and show our light because we're not used to all the gravity and the ego and the karma. And then they might come from a different planet where like they're supposed to go out there and 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 stir things up. Like they haven't had that freedom before. And so this is what they're experiencing and it may not be good for everybody. And but then they learn through that karma.
mhm.
So yeah, that's why they're so angry.
Yep, it makes them uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
wouldn't we all love to be comfortable, but they really just don't want things to change, and they look at they they look at comfort almost as a value in their life, where they would much rather go back in time than move forward.
Yeah. It it really does. And they're not um they're not horrible.
No.
They're okay. And one thing that I really had to come around to on this was that they're not trying to hurt us. Not in their world, what they're doing is the best for their world.
Right.
Yeah,
Right, but how often do we look at it as it's an attack on us or humanity or, our world of it yeah, they do think that, and sending them love is one of the best gifts that we could give them.
and boundaries. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's not trying to hurt us, but there are some people that are not dementors. I don't know. Maybe Harry Potter got it a little right in that, right? There are some that come
I
in
think
that
there's a
are
little truth in all of that, all of those movies and
yeah,
series and stuff.
yeah, that they're there to create chaos, and I've seen that, um, the Dementor type energy, the shadows that move through and try to create a ruckus, but after you're on one level, you kind of can either put up those boundaries or find a way to love them where they're at.
Mhm.
And and you can love them where they're at and have strong boundaries and not talk to them ever
Oh,
again.
absolutely.
What about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, right, yeah. MAGA family members are more quiet with their MAGA beliefs. I send them blessings.
Me too, Karen.
Yeah, Karen, that's their job, right, Annie? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they're doing what other people tell them to do,
Mhm.
100%. Wow. So that was an incredible show, and I'm sorry we didn't get to more questions. Um, wait, can we get one? I want to get T. Lynn has asked,
Yeah.
Kelly, have a lot of stress-induced issues, leg circulation problems, brain fog. I'm just smiling because hello, I can soak up aesthetic with all of this, T. Lynn. CPTSD and adrenal fatigue. Can Reiki or other metaphysical healing help? Doctor totally dismisses all but very real to me. Yeah, they don't know ascension problems, do they?
I really think healing always helps in so many different ways, Teelan, that there's so many different benefits that come from it. And the amazing thing about it is it can be done remotely, and that there's nothing that needs to be done on your end other than you just need to be somewhere comfortable. Um I do think I do think you know I do think healing can help. And and any of us healers could help. You could you could do healing on yourself too. But so this is really common right now, so please don't feel like you're alone, because the adrenaline fatigue, I'm telling you, is like something I've never seen before. Um, and the brain fog and the leg circulation problems. I mean, a lot of us um are feeling it too. And that's probably why I'm so busy. um but I do think it'll help. And unfortunately, I would like to say it's going to get better, and it's going to, but this year is just going to be a tough. It's just it's a tough year, and we just need to hang on and support one another, and and just really listen to our bodies. And if and two, if you're not getting the answers that you want, there's you could always reach out to a different practitioner too.
There's a lot of practitioners that do free healing groups and stuff too, and um, I think Dr. Gail is doing her blue light, scholar light healing. I think she's only doing it once a month, but she might be doing it twice a month because she just moved.
Oh yeah, that's right. She did.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that work, right? And and don't judge yourself. That's the other thing. It's like, "Oh, I'm getting so old," or "I'm not taking care of myself," and then we go into that judgment, and that just makes it worse.
So much worse. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have to release that self-judgment, because I think we are our worst critics. And once we start going down that loophole of, this and that, I am healthy, I am whole, I am healthy, I am whole, I am healthy, I am whole.
yeah. Oh, I love this. Juno. Yeah, some days times it's good to say, "Today is my don't give a damn. It's broken." Yeah.
Yep, and I've even inserted other words into that. We all have to have them, and that's just giving ourselves grace and permission to rest. And I think so many of us were conditioned, that we have to be doing something all the time in order to feel significant or worthy, and that we have to, go 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 go, because it's based on what we're gonna, what we've gotten done and whatnot. And so I think sometimes we have to give ourselves that grace and just say, you know what, we're not being judged on what we got done today. I took care of myself, and that was enough.
Yeah. Yeah, like maybe the day before you did a lot or the day before that, and if you forget what you're saying, hey, I'll remember it by midnight. That's always that's my
Right.
standard, or the next midnight. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, so you guys are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are not judged, and you are all cherished. So,
Yes, you're all beautiful.
yeah,
And the I ams, I am worthy, I am love, I am beautiful, I am healthy, I am whole, I am happy. And we're still, we still have that full moon. I mean, we're coming off of it. And so even sitting down with a pen and paper and just writing down all the things that you're grateful for. I mean, even going like to the minutest things of, it could be your fluffy socks in your drawer, or opening the refrigerator and having food in there, clean water. I one thing that I always write down on my gratitude list is my hot water heater. I am so grateful for my hot water heater, to have hot water to be able to take a shower. And my dishwasher, even though it sometimes doesn't get my dishes as clean as I like, I am grateful, for it. And I think, sometimes just being grateful for those things and writing them down, and we can think them in our head too, but there is something about putting them on paper and telling the universe that you are so grateful. I'm grateful for my appliances, because what would we do without a refrigerator, um, freezer, or AC in the summer.
oh my gosh.
That's one thing that I always put down in the summer, and furnace in the winter. We kind of sometimes forget about those things. And so writing those things down and just letting the universe know that, what, I am so grateful for these things, will bring in so many more.
Yeah, it's that physical component that's the magic, the alchemy.
Yeah.
And, we can believe it, we can say it, and then putting it down in physical paper. Anytime you do something physical after you do an intention, it creates that action.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And also, after I always say thank you. I put thank you below it. I mean, there's thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank yous on my sheet of paper. It's a constant thank you. My feet hit the floor in the morning. It's like, thank you, thank you. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's,
Oh, well, I love this, you
mm,
guys. Thank you all so much. And Callie, thank you so much.
thank you. Now, Terry, looking ahead, so they know you're gonna be gone. So do we have one more show after this until before you leave, or was
We
this?
do. We have one
We have
more
one
show
more.
before
Okay.
I leave. And then yeah, and I told everybody today I wanted everybody to think about what they wanted to do. I'll be gone for 3 weeks in England, and I'll film some meditations, but I think a lot of what everybody likes is this interaction. So we're going to do something that has interaction on somebody's channel. So there's a lot of people here with channels now. So,
Yeah.
chat her up. So
Yep.
I'll be with my brother. He has early onset dementia, and he is amazing, and I want to spend every minute that I can with him.
Yeah. I'm
So,
so excited for you, Terry.
yeah,
I mean, what a beautiful trip. And that you're taking 3 weeks, because it's so well deserved.
thank
You need it, he needs it. And where you're going needs you too. The land needs you. And so
you.
that's That's really beautiful. And
Wow.
yeah, those sacred grounds that you're going to, you're gonna get so much good vibes and energy from it. It's just gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be healing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, and you're going on vacation too, aren't you?
We're gonna be gone. We I think we leave June 9th, and we're going to Carmel by the sea. Um,
Oh, talk about healing.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's between my birthday and Tim's birthday, and so we try to do a getaway right in between there. And last year we went as far as Cambria, and Cambria is a beautiful city too, seaside city. And now we're just going to go a little bit further and just pack pack the vehicle with snacks, and it's going to be cool, so it's going to be like hoodie and sweatshirt and sweater weather, but
Perfect.
it'll be just nice to get away, just like you.
Yeah,
It's just like, it's just nice to break free, and I'll be taking videos and probably posting shorts and stuff like that, but yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right, beautiful people. Well, we love you, and thank you
Yes,
everybody for all
love you
the well
guys.
wishes for our families, and we will see you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.